Hello and welcome to Goddess Resurrection. My name is Britta and I am your host, and today's episode is on Slow Down. Girl, let me love you. Slow down. Let me get to know you. It's actually a Marley song. Marley and Her. And I've been listening to that song all day. How are you? I am hoping that you are breathing and feeling, and you are enjoying these upgrades that have been coming in that, are becoming more sustainable, right? We're getting used to leveling up. We're getting used to integrating more light. We're able to just, keep with it now. So that's good news. Now, before we dive in, I have an amazing announcement for you, because I've finished my program, the program that I've been working on for months, and it's a goddess program. You, if you choose to join, will be journeying with me, shamanic journeys to the temples of the goddesses. And it's a healing program that is also an ascension program. And toward the end of the program, you will get to embody your own inner goddess. It's a powerful program that's very layered, very deep. You'll be able to use this program for the rest of your life. That's how expansive it is, because it's Mother Goddess. It came from Mother Goddess through me to you. And check it out if you want to take a look. There is a trailer that I produced on it in the link tree, and there's also the Calendly, where you can schedule into a discovery call with me if you want to and feel called to. Good. So from here, slowing down. Slow down. I can't stop it. Go ahead and join me in the breath and slow down your breath. Slow it down. Slow it down. Nice. Slowed in and slowed exhales. They're just reminding me, I forgot to say with the program, that the first 13 sisters to join in on this program, because 13 is the number of the goddess. So the first 13 to join in are going to be the founding goddesses of this movement. And the first 13 are also getting 50% off. 50%. So check it out. Now, back into the breath. And really allow yourself to be the one in and exhaling. And if you want to, normally I'd like to say, keep your eyes open, right? Because we want to build this conscious breath. We want to build this presence into the day, into every doing. But for this one, if you can, if you're not driving a car, if you are not in the midst of socializing, you can close your eyes for this one as well. Because this is a little bit of an inspiration, a little bit of a journey that I want to share with you. And please stay in your breath and deepen the breath and slow it down to your comfort. I don't ever want you to be out of breath, right? So just breathe through the nose, in and out through the mouth if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Don't stress about any specific way. It's so much more important for you to be the one in and exhaling, whether it's all through the nose or all through the mouth. However it suits you in the moment. We always adjust the breath to the doing. There are plenty of other times that you can get to a specific breath practice. This is not the time. So just focus onto the breath. Be in your breath. as I want to share about a very young client. She's the daughter of one of my very close friends, and she just turned 14. And her mother wanted her to work with me because, well, first of all, the mom is super spiritual on the goddess embodiment path as well. But her daughter was kind of like getting into some mischief and into, hanging with some kids that weren't necessarily the best influence. And so working with her has been amazing, has been so inspiring, right? So fun. So she was in the state, right? As I do, place you into the state, into the trance-like state. And so she was connecting as she was breathing, as we've opened up sacred space, she was connecting with her guides, communicating with her guides, them speaking with her. And so this was not the first session. We've had some other sessions prior to this. And she always gets her guides to show up and talk to her. And they're very, very present for her in her life as well. And so it was all about her understanding that her slowed breath is the way to go and to keep coming back to. So her guides were taking her on an imagery journey. And if you want to participate and imagine that you are in her place in your own imagery journey, make sure you stay in your breath, because your breath is the connection into your feminine energy. The breath is the connection into your opening to your flow, to your feminine energy flow, into your ability to visualize, to journey, to see, sense, feel, know, and receive. And so this very young client, she was guided to see herself on a lake, and this lake was frozen. So she was standing on one side of the lake, and she was now meant to find her way across the lake to the other side of the lake. That's where her destination was. And it was now for her to go so slow, to use her breath, to slow herself down so much on the inside that she would feel her way forward on the ice, because there were some parts of the lake that were barely frozen, and some parts of the lake were frozen well in thick ice. So she now was to feel her way across the ice, across the lake to her destination. And so go ahead and see yourself, feel yourself, visualize yourself in that situation. And this is you opening your sensory. This is you breathing, being in your feminine energy, and opening yourself to receiving your intuition, receiving your knowing, your guidance. Because now you have to feel your way across the lake. You have to feel where to step. You have to know where to step, or where not to step. You have to feel each step as to where the ice will hold you and where the ice will not hold you, where it will be safe for you to go and where it will not be safe for you to go, right? So go ahead and stay in the breath and slow it down even more. Control your breath in and exhales. You're the one in and exhaling, and see how slowly and how deeply you can reach that air into your body. If possible, all the way down into the belly, but don't strain. If it's too challenging, that's okay. Breathe to your comfort, as long as you're the one in and exhaling. And so, of course, go slow, right? It's about slowing down. slowing down on the inside, slowing down on the inside, so you become so opened, because what happens when we slow down on the inside? We connect into the feminine energy. We open ourselves by being in the feminine energy to our higher selves, to our inner light. We open ourselves and we elevate above the 3D. We rise above the 3D into much more expansive consciousness, right? When we are in our feminine energy, we are becoming much bigger, much brighter, much more connected, more all-seeing, more all-knowing, because we're tapping in to our higher self. We're tapping into the energies around us. We're tapping into our gut, our intuition. We're opening our senses. We're beginning to read energy, reading energy from within, our own guidance, as well as energy externally from other people. So go ahead, become that connected, that elevated, while fully present. Because when you are in the breath and you are maintaining that conscious breath, you are also grounded and present and centered within yourself. So you're basically becoming Neo in the Matrix. Once you make that shift, you see energy, you feel energy, you know, you sense, you're in the flow, you're connected, you're open. And from here, you can feel your way across the ice. You can feel what step to take. You know where to go and where not to go. And it's the same with this young client, right? She was taught to trust herself, to trust her instincts, to trust her intuition, to feel her way forward, to feel her choices, to feel her steps, to feel her way through life. Because people will show up. They have mastered, most have mastered the art of showing up perfectly, right? Everybody's got their masks, everybody's got their personas, everybody knows how to talk the talk, everybody knows how to present themselves, pretty much everybody. And so this was her lesson. And I want to share this with you because you already know this, but it's very important. Because slowing down is everything that has to do with the new earth manifestation and feeling your way there. But let me come back to this young client, as she was now realizing that she did ignore her intuition with some of these choices that she was making. She felt it, she knew, but she did it anyways. And so she is now learning to listen to herself so early on in life. She is now realizing that she has the wisdom inside of herself. She's realizing that she has all of the information that she needs to have in her own sensory, through her breath, slowed down into her feminine energy, so that no matter how great somebody looks, no matter how well they're dressed, no matter how fantastic their talk, their game is, sweet talking all over the place, she is now understanding that just by slowing down her breath, she's gonna tap into the energy. She's gonna tap into the vibration. She's gonna tap into the truth, the intention behind their words or their actions. Feeling where they're at, feeling what they're wanting, feeling what they're hiding, feeling what they're not saying, right? It's all there. It's all within the energy. It's all within the vibration. Energy and vibration is the truest communication. You cannot lie. Energy does not lie. There is no deceiving with an energy. And it's the same thing for me. It's the same thing for me when I'm working, right? When I'm with a client and we're in deep, deep, deep other life work, where perhaps there's a lot of darkness going on, where perhaps there's a lot of trickster energy going on. I have to go so slow to feel the way, to feel, because these energies, sometimes they disguise themselves as light. These energies sometimes present themselves as somebody positive. And it's only by slowing down. It's only by becoming so present, so receptive to the energetic information, so receptive to the vibrational communication, that I can feel the vibration behind the facade, the vibration, the energy behind the pretend. And so this is an important lesson for every area of your life. Friends, new business opportunities, new encounters, right? It's every single area of your life that you want to become so slowed in yourself. Slow down your breath. And you don't have to announce it. Nobody knows you're doing it. You don't know I'm doing it right now, or maybe you do because you know we're talking about it, but I am in a very slowed in and exhale right now. And so that is the way in which you deepen your connection to yourself, to your true self, your light within. You open to your higher self, your divine self, your goddess self. And you're centered and grounded at the same time. I hope you're still breathing. I hope you've made it across the ice. If you did break in, that's okay. You'll rise right back up to the surface and you'll get to try again, because it's a practice. You have to sharpen your sensory the same way you go to the gym and build muscle. It's the same thing. You're just training a different kind of a muscle that you have not been taught about in childhood or life. Good. So now let's go ahead and let's focus on that slowed in and exhale more. And go ahead and see if you can visualize yourself being in this receptivity to the energetic and vibrational information in other areas of your life. Stay in that breath. Visualize yourself in whichever situation seems most present to you, whether it's with a family member or a friend, or somebody you're dating, or your partner, or a colleague, or your boss, right? Because feeling into the energy and the vibration, it requires for you to be so slowed, because when you're so slowed, you're also not thinking. See, you cannot slow your breath down that much and be thinking at the same time. So another wonderful side effect, you will begin to control your thoughts. You will begin to control your mind so much more consciously, right? So go ahead and be in that powerful place within through the use of your breath, and sense and feel and intuit and read what's there. Where are people at? And it could also be because you care, right? Because you care, like you want to be able to read into your children and see what's going on that they're not telling you, or you want to be able to read into your parents or friends to see, what's going on here? Something that they're not mentioning, right? And this is wonderful practice because you're going to have to now also learn to trust yourself. And now from here, if you're still in the visualization, that's perfect, as long as you are breathing. Nice, deep, slow, conscious in and exhales. And then from here, let's think about the new earth. Visualize the possibilities, right? Because when you're opening through the breath into your feminine energy, you are also connecting into the field of infinite possibilities. This is what modern science has been confirming for decades. The field of infinite possibilities is a part of us. It's part of the oneness. And the only way to tap into it is by being in your feminine energy. So here now you are opening to the field and you are connecting into your light. And now, as you are feeling your way forward on the ice, feeling where to take your next step, where to make your next move. It's very similar in the new earth creation. Because remember, your new earth experience is manifested by your soul's guidance and your heart's desires. Your heart leads, your soul guides. And so from here, you will know when you're in your slowed breath and you are in your feminine energy, you will feel where to go. You will know what step to take. You will receive the downloads, the guidance, the imagery, the dreams, the information that you need when you're in this open place of infinite possibilities. Because the new earth is a much higher level of consciousness, as we've spoken about many times before. And because it is a higher level of consciousness, you have to stay in your slowed breath. Because the slowed breath doesn't mean you're lazy. It doesn't mean you're not going to get things done. It doesn't mean you're being unproductive. No. You're just going to become so much more precise. See, the slowed breath is going to turn you into that ninja, that Neo in the Matrix, that high priestess, where you just see and know and feel. You're just so aware because you're open. The slowed breath is for clarity. The slowed breath is for precision. The slowed breath is for alignment. When you are in your slowed and conscious in and exhale, you are in alignment with your light, with your higher self. You are grounded, you're centered. And that deepens and deepens and deepens and deepens. And this is how you manifest and create your new earth experience. And of course, your new earth experience has to start on the inside. So this means that, yes, you have to learn to slow yourself down on the inside. You have to learn to slow down your thoughts by not engaging every single thought, because you don't have to. You're not your thoughts. They're just a buffet of choices. Let them float by. Focus back onto the breath. Feel about what you want to choose. Feel about how much you're going to think and which thoughts you are going to engage. And like I've said, your slowed breath is going to help you clear your mind and master your mind more and more and more. And then from here, as you're slowing down your breath and you're in your slowed breath, also slow down your speaking. You don't have to speak so fast. When you are in your goddess, you don't have to speak so fast. You speak from clarity, from guidance. Also, slow down your movements. You don't have to rush. You don't have to be all hectic and anxious. That's all masculine energy. That's all old paradigm. Remember that that's not the way of the goddess. Feminism is not the way of the goddess. Feminism is wanting to be like a man. Feminine energy is wanting to be a goddess. Feminine energy is wanting to be unique. Feminine energy is wanting to be in your authentic empowerment. And so you have to now adjust. Adjust your breathing, adjust your thinking to slowing it all down, creating more space in essence, because the slower you are in your awareness, meaning not external choices. That's not what this means. The slower you are in your breath and you slowed your energy, you slow yourself in terms of what you're thinking and how you're speaking. You're slowing yourself down in terms of how you're moving and how you're going through the day. You're slowing yourself down in the way that you are thinking much more consciously. You are now becoming your goddess. You are embodying your goddess, your light. And then from here, your new earth is going to manifest naturally. It's going to become this beautiful notion where you feel so empowered, authentically empowered, no more ego power. Because that's all external, that's rushing, that's being in control or needing to control, it's overscheduling, having to perform or prove. No, we're going to leave that over there. We're going to come back into self. You hold everything within yourself, all the information, all the guidance, all the wisdom, it's all already within you. And the more that you slow down your breath, and the more that you slow down yourself as you move through the days, the stronger you will become. The clearer you become, the more authentically empowered you feel, the more joyous you feel. And the easier it is to create from this joy, because you will feel what it is that you want to create. You will feel what it is that you want to do. You will feel which step to take on the ice. You will feel, you'll know. And that's the only way into the new earth. It is not a thinking matter. It is not a masculine energy-led experience. It is a soul-guided manifestation which can only be accessed through your feminine energy. Right? So remember, when you're catching yourself rushing, overscheduling, feeling anxious, feeling overwhelmed, feeling fatigued, right? When you're catching yourself in these masculine energy ways, that you simply remember, oh, I'm in my masculine, okay. And just come right back into the breath. Slow it down. Slow it down. Take control. You're the authority. Take your power back immediately. And everything will get done. All of the tasks, everything will get done But being in your feminine energy and putting yourself first in this piece, choosing for yourself and choosing your high vibration and choosing your peace first, you might feel guided to leave one or two things to do tomorrow or the next day. And that's okay, because it'll get better, it'll be done better those days. And it's really, truly the way it works. I know it sounds woo-woo to your masculine energy, to your logical thinking, but try it. It's really, truly the way it works. When you allow yourself to feel guided by yourself, by your light, by your soul, you'll know that, yeah, I'm not going to do this today. I'm going to do this maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not going to do this today. I'm going to do this maybe on Friday. And you do what you feel called to do in the day, and those things are going to get done beautifully and succinctly and from a really strong vibration of joy and clarity and drive. And those other things will get done in the most powerful ways, versus squeezing everything into the same day, and the energy just isn't right and it feels forced and pushed, and you're already not in your flow, you're already not in your inspiration, you're already not in your creativity when everything is so crammed and so rushed and so pushed and you're exhausted. But when you really trust yourself and you follow this flow, which that is actually divine timing, you are now in co-creation with your divine. You're in co-creation with the divine at large. And from this place, the things will get done in much higher vibrational ways, because you coming and operating from this high vibration is the key to manifestation. You operating from joy, you flowing and doing from joy is the way to create your new earth and get the little things done of life, right? This is how we tend to the 3D, just the same. We want to come from our highest vibration, and that is always you slowing down your breath. And if that's all that you practice for now, that's okay. Just throughout the day, keep coming back into the slowed breath. Remember to slow down your thinking so that you get to master your mind. Slow down your ways of having to speak or talk so much or so over everybody. And slow down your movements. Slow down so you can feel yourself. Slow down so you can hear yourself. Slow down so you can receive from yourself. And when you're in that slowed space and you're receiving from your light, your divinity, your goddess, you are naturally and automatically co-creating with the divine, manifesting high vibration on the inside to the outside, to the external. So go ahead and practice that and bring this into your days, and see if you can bring this slowed breath into your meetings, into your dinners, into your doings, your chores, and see how it feels differently. And let me know in the comments below, so that we can pick it up from there. Let me know what felt or feels challenging, or let me know what surprised you. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. As from here, as always, thank you for your light. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your presence on this channel. And as always, I am sending love and light blessings to you and yours. Hugs and kisses. Ciao for now.